Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Good to be here. Let me just sort something out. Let me just do that. So I'm just trying to do something else. Just wait with me. Okay, anyway, today is Tuesday, 20th of May. Hope everyone's having a good day. Don't want to do that, do I? No. Okay. So look, see if I can just move that out of the way, but it won't go. There we go. Lovely. Right then, I've had a look at the OES. Nothing new going on there, I'm afraid. But as do every day, just check in, make sure there's no new updates. Haven't heard anything via Chris about Ash or what he's got plans for this week. As we all know, anytime, any place, we could get an update of maybe seeing him this week on a webinar. So just keep a lookout for in your back office, and then we will obviously let you know as soon as we hear anything from that point of view as well. Okay. As always, I try and bring something to the table, and today I've got REINVENT. So why am I using REINVENT? It's actually something that Ash said on one of his webinars, and I started looking at it and sort of analyzing it a little bit. And the more I looked at it, the more it expanded, and I really thought that it plays a real important part for us moving into this next phase, because there's so many parts of the business sides of reinventing that do appertain to us. Now, let me just read what Ash said on the webinar, and it was on his, let's have a look, it was on the 10th of April webinar that he said this. And what he said was, my dream and desire overshadows all of the problems that we find at the moment, and I wanted to find a solution to go forward. It was a challenge, he said, and I had to reinvent so as to not make the same mistakes again. So obviously that quote from Ash Mufareh got me looking at really what does reinvent mean, and what are the implications for it in a business context. And reinvent in a business context means making significant fundamental changes to a business or its operations, often to adapt to a changing environment or market. It's about fundamentally altering how a company operates its services, customers, or provides new products and services. Now, I actually thought, wow, when I read that, I thought there's an awful lot there, isn't there, that is very similar to where we are at the moment, moving into the next phase. It really does show that a lot of businesses have an awful lot of challenges. This isn't just a made up thing that Ash Mufareh has decided to do. It goes and it shows to me that if these kind of things are stated very publicly out there for everyone to see, then it is a occurrence that happens very often. And also, there is a Forbes 5 effects, which I'm going to read to you as well in a moment, of reinventing for business. But let me just expand a little bit more on some of the details of breaking down what reinvent in business means. One of those is radical transformation. Got you listening now, haven't you? What are we going through at the moment? We are going through a radical transformation, aren't we? This is exactly what's happening at the moment. Reinvention involves more than major improvements. It's about a complete overhaul of business model or its core functions. What are we doing at the moment? Moving into this next phase. Remember what our CEO said. There's nothing coming from Onpassive except for me and my name. This is part of that radical change that we are going to see moving forward, part of that reinventing. New approaches is another part of reinventing in business. It's about finding innovative ways to create value, serve customers, or develop new products or services. It's almost like this has been written for us, for our CEO, Ash Mufareh. All these things that I am quoting now, if you put into Google reinvent for a business, these things will come up. I'm not making it up. Go and have a look. And a lot of them, you start really analyzing things. That main part of all of this is exactly where we are at the moment and what is happening with our business. Adapting to change is another one of those. Reinvention is often a response to changes in the market, competition, or technology. And obviously, beyond those as well, beyond innovation, while innovation does focus on improving existing products or services, reinvention is about creating something entirely new, often disrupting existing markets. I mean, are you listening to what I'm reading here? We've been talking about all of this for a very, very long time. This reinventing for business, it's almost like it's been written for us for this next stage. It's really uncanny. And when I started looking into it, I was really taken aback a little bit. So this could involve rebranding, refocusing a company's mission, implementing new business models, or even starting entirely new business. Which one of those are we doing? I wonder. In essence, reinventing in a business means taking a proactive and creative approach to change rather than just reacting to problems or adapting incrementally. It's about finding new ways to create value and stay competitive in a dynamic market. Wow. The things that I've just outlined really are where we are at the moment as far as our business is concerned. We are doing all of those that I've just spoken about. All of those combined is exactly why we are reinventing ourselves to move forward. We are being proactive to the problems that we've faced, and reinvention is part and parcel of why businesses do it, because they have to get away from what was, reinvent themselves to then get ahead of where they want to be. All those things stated. Now, also Forbes, we all know who Forbes are. They have got some good insight as well about reinventing. And it says 5 ways to reinvent your business. Have a greater internet presence, it says. Traditionally established business can certainly get stuck in the past while their competitors gain traction in the future with an ambiguous online presence and an e-commerce site. The global pandemic has caused most individuals and employees to isolate to a certain degree, and also forced businesses, whether business to customer or business to business, to operate differently than in the past. To operate in a new normal, a company needs to seek expansion opportunities on the internet, implementing operational changes. Change is not only inevitable in these times, but also beneficial. One only has to look at practically any business during the pandemic to see how they made operational changes. While most businesses have been at least moderate changes, other businesses have been forced to transform nearly their entire operations. Fortunately, many of these changes and transformations will make this business more profitable and stronger in the future. Be Be creative with your pricing, it says. Many businesses get in a rut, always charging the same price for their products and services. Price, however, does not have to be static. There can be discount prices for sales. Of course, there will always be discounts for pricings for quality purchases, second items, purchases, second day or half pricings on the hour, for instance. On the flip side, there can be a premium usage as well for different products and services. Locate underserved markets and target them, it says. It's easier said than done, but great opportunities await small businesses that can find an undeserved market, discover the needs of that market, and then determine how to best satisfy those needs. A small business can maintain its core target market while expanding into new markets, creating a unique niche. I firmly believe that what's happening in the next phase is going to be that niche market, something that nobody's doing. And I believe that that is going to be one of our huge, strong areas that is going to stand us out from the crowd. Update your company name and signage. This is what Forbes is doing and saying to reinvent your business. Yes, sometimes a name change and signature might be in order. Does the business name and signature actually tell customers what products or services this business provides? Loyal customers may know, but what about new customers? If it isn't clear, perhaps a new name, signage, and accompanying tagline would make it easier for prospective customers to understand exactly what the business is selling. Reinvent your business to grow your business rather than simply trying to keep up with the competitors. A small business can develop its own unique market and branding. If a business continues doing what it has always done in the past, it will probably continue to get the same results or even less. Be innovative. Be ready for change. Try something different and keep trying until you find something that works better. The future of your business just might be reinvention. That's from Forbes. Again, this is not me saying these things. This is recognized publications that are saying exactly what we are doing right now. Ash said that he had to reinvent to step up to the challenge of what we have had to endure through no fault of our own. This is why I firmly believe that this reinvention that we're going through at the moment, reinventing ourselves, moving to a new phase, maybe even a name change, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But certainly, we know it's going to be brand new. Certainly, it's going to be very exciting to see what we are going to have in front of us. Certainly, it is going to be fresh. It's going to be something that we have not seen before. This is going to put us in an extremely good position within the industry. It's a huge industry, but if we can manage to really make an impact, if we can really manage to get people talking, to make people sit up and listen, to look, we are going to expand exponentially. Like it's going to go kaboom. This is why I firmly believe that what is going on at the moment through our CEO, who had the foresight to decide, let's draw a line under this. This ain't working. In fact, we're going backwards. To sort out all this mess isn't proactive or productive for our business. Let's start afresh, but from a point of knowledge and experience, and let's move forward. But rather than taking bits and pieces of what was broken with us, he's gone, nah, let's do it fresh. Let's do it brand new. Let's do it in a way that it's going to have that wow effect when we get going. This is why I chose this topic, because the more I looked at it, the more everything pointed towards what we are doing right now. It's written right in front of you. Go and have a look. This is not Redfern just making up a few words to, I know, to show that our CEO is right. I'm not making this up one little bit. Put into Google reinvention as a business or in a business, any of those words, put them in there, and you will get exactly the same ones. In fact, here you go. Let me see if I can put it in the chat so you can all have a look at it. I don't know if I can do that straight from Google. Reinventing in business meaning. That's what I did. And can I share this overview? Might be able to. No, you're going to have a look for it, I'm afraid. Sorry. Mr. Google won't let me share all those bits and pieces. But I thought it was really interesting. And I think the reason I thought it was interesting is because we sit and we listen to Ash, don't we, when he does his webinars, but we never sort of understand how clever this bloke is. I really believe from reading about reinventing here that it really is something that, for me, shows how ahead of the curve this guy is, how much further in front we give him credit for. He really is way down the road ahead of us, because he told us about this on the April webinar, 10th of April. We're now halfway through May, and he was talking about this from the year previous. That's some foresight, isn't it? And when you start analyzing things, when you start reading about other businesses that go through exactly the same trials and tribulations that we are, and probably a load more, it really does go to show that he decided, we got to change this. We've got to go forward. Going forward, we really have to do something brand new. And I am so glad that he took that initiative to do that. It really, really is. Anyway, I thought I'd bring that to the table for you guys today. I hope it's been of value. I hope that it's given you something to think about, that we are in an amazing position here in our community, with our friends, within this core of people moving into the next phase. I really do hope that we all stick together and stay the course through to the next phase, because I certainly believe that where we are heading, with the resources that we have, with the person in front, with the team, with you guys as well, I really do believe that it is going to be something that is going to be huge in the future. Don't pay lip service. I'm seeing some people on the chat saying people in India are saying this, that, and the other. Don't pay lip service to things that our CEO has not said. If he's not said it, it ain't true. Okay. And remember, things happen behind the scenes of every single business. It is not our right to know everything that goes on in this business. We're not shareholders in this business. We don't have any right whatsoever to know what is going on. We're here because we believe in our CEO. We're here because we believe that he is going to do something for us that is going to change our lives. And if you don't believe that, what are you here for? Just to give all us a lot of hard time? You either believe or you don't believe. And that is why I do what I do on a daily basis, because I want to try and keep as many of you people here safe in our environment, so that we will then move forward as a collective into the next phase and reap those rewards that we have been promised. Can't wait for that day. I'm excited for that day. When's it going to be? I've no idea, but I'm certainly looking forward to it. Anyway, that's it from me today. I'll be back again tomorrow, Wednesday, come up with another topic, and hopefully we'll have a good discussion about that one. That's it from me. Bye for now.